Hi, welcome to another painting vlog. I'm continuing my Harry Potter book illustrations. I'm using Tempera for this one. I do a painting of Celebrimbor from the Shadow of Mordor video game, and I do some inking on my travel journal. I am illustrating chapter 3 of the second Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The drawing is done on mixed media paper, and I am using Tempera for the illustration. This is another chapter where there were so many good options to choose what to paint. But I ended up choosing the part where Harry, Ron, Fred and George Weasley arrived in the flying car to the Weasleys' house. Since they arrive on the early morning, I gave the painting a blue gradient from dark to light at the top. I also added some pinks, purple and yellows to the cloud to make it look more like morning colors. I picked this scene because I thought it would be fun to design an old wizard's house. I wasn't going to add the car because I'm not into cars. Unless they are very special, they all look pretty much the same to me. But I felt that adding the car would tell a more interesting story than just the strange house. I tried filming another angle from the top one, but I don't think I got the settings right. I hope it's not too jarring. It's like the quality is different. Anyway, I spent a lot of time painting the small details like the wood in the house. It took me a while to cover all the wood and make sure that the color of the walls doesn't bleed to the wood and vice versa. I also did a lot of small grass details and leaves details for the trees in the background. And I added some grass on the roof of the house too. I liked how it turned out, even though there are a few details that I could have worked more on. I don't usually paint landscapes, but I am glad I decided to paint this one. It's just fun to come up with strange design for a house. So there it is, the Weasleys' house. This is also one of the strange illustrations where I actually add more background. This is another illustration for my Lord of the Rings alphabet illustration set. I am at the letter C, so C is for Celebrimbor. I went with the look from the video game The Shadow of Mordor. I don't like the look of the one on the Rings of Power TV show. Since I love the video game and his look in the game, I just went with that one. I did the drawing on mixed media paper. I don't know why I chose to draw him on the blue one. I just wanted a surface that had a medium value to it. I think that if I had done the painting on a grey paper instead of blue, maybe it would have looked better. Only because the character is dressed in blue, so with the blue paper, maybe it doesn't stand out too much. His armor is just a regular grey color, but I added some blue to it. I wanted it to reflect the color of the environment. And since the paper is blue, then I'm imagining that the scene is blue. I tried another top view, but just like the last segment, I didn't really get the settings right. I think it looks crunchy. It's my old phone and I hadn't used it in a while. I like the view with the camera on the table, so it's like a perspective view, but I thought maybe some people would prefer to view the painting from above. So I'm just testing this filming format. It may also make it more interesting if there's a different angle on the painting, no? Compared to the Harry Potter illustration, this one doesn't have that many details. Maybe I should have tried to do more on the painting, but I felt like it conveyed the idea already. It's just a portrait of Celebrimbor, since C is for Celebrimbor. In the end, I added some details with color pencils. The thing I don't like about the color pencils is that it tends to reflect the light, unlike the dry tempera. I read that some of it can be fixed once I add the fixative, but I haven't yet on this one. It's hard to see his eyes since I added color pencil there. Anyway, I added the letters on digital, imitating the Lord of the Rings font. And I got rid of the shine too. This is another drawing on my travel sketchbook. Another Caribbean landscape. I'm just using these opportunities to practice my traditional inking. When it's such an organic shape like an island with a lot of vegetation, it can be a bit hard to plan the strokes. I want there to be a sense of shadow and light, and I want to portray the textures of the rock, but also the vegetation. I used two different nibs, a regular one for doing the general and small details like the vegetation and the water, and a flat nib that I used to do the darker values, especially at the bottom of the rock where the occlusion shadows would be. In the end, I think it looks better on video than in real life. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.